Tony, this is SV Tapatya, and I'm leaning here on the ballast keel, the keel for the boat, the cruising boat that we're building. It's a 32-foot Jay Benford designed sailing dory, and as I say, this steel box will be the ballast keel. And I'm here basically because we've been working on two fronts pretty much this week. The ballast keel box is one of them, and I'm going to talk a bit about that in a minute, talk about what's going on and what the future for this is. And the cushions, Quarterberth cushions in particular, are now very close to being finished at the very least, which is great and looking good. Let's start off with the ballast keel though. So the ballast keel progress that you've just seen, I've put those intermediate sections in there. I've actually also welded all around the inside of the bottom this week. I've put those sections in there, and those are all lined up. And I grabbed this big bit of wood here. I marked this out as a, I don't think you can see it, but there are various lines on here that I've marked out from the wood keel, from the keel wood, where the keel bolt holes go through. Various markings on here so I could transfer them to this metal box. And I've put those, let's put that down. I've put those intermediate plates in just slightly after where the keel bolts are coming. I will then weld a bit of substantial angle iron to there, and that will give me fixings for the keel bolts in the ballast keel. So that's coming on quite well. I'll be cutting some bits of that, getting it on soon. But the one bit that really isn't finished is the forward end, where it comes to this point. But in fact, it has quite a big airfoil shaped leading edge curve on this angled front. And that's not even nearly in existence. And the problem there is that I've ordered steel strip to fabricate that from. But there seems to be a shortage of steel at the moment. Not only a shortage of computer chips and whatever else we hear, but steel seems to be in short supply. So I ordered it from Crook Tyson, one of the big steel suppliers in this part of the world. And they've forecast that it'll be delivered next week. I hope this is true, so I can get on with fabricating that curved leading edge. And then there's one or two more intermediate plates to put in, because as the keel bolt comes right at the forward end here, a single one, another single one comes a bit further after it. So get that done. So I hope that arrives, and next week I'll make up a wood form of that shape, lay the strip on, weld it up, and then grind it to its final shape and get it on here. And that will pull everything up in line. At the moment I've clamped this big old bit of Doug fir to it just to hold it straight. And get the front end welded on, that'll hold it all nice and in line, square. Obviously got to make sure it is in line and square. And that's where we are. So I'm waiting on materials, which is always a little frustrating. I ordered the steel a couple of weeks ago and hoped it would be here, but as I say, it isn't yet. Hopefully soon. And another thought is just to respond to a couple of comments from last week, entirely sensible. Filling this steel box with lead. I do intend to melt the lead and pour it in here, but clearly you could just have small bits of lead and cast them in resin, for example, epoxy, or even concrete. That would work. You wouldn't quite get the density. In both of those cases, you wouldn't get the density of solid lead, which you'll get in by melting the lead and pouring it in there. But you get reasonably high. And of course, the beauty of lead is it is so dense. This is what you've got to think. We're looking at 11,000 kilograms per cubic meter lead, immensely dense. Which means also that it displaces much less water for its mass. And I'll tell you a little story about concrete. Many years ago, a few decades ago, I did a little bit of work. I was helping out laying some moorings for boat moorings in Turkey. And what we did, we cast concrete blocks, solid concrete blocks, 50 by 50 by 50 centimetres, so an eighth of a cubic metre. Concrete is somewhere around 2,500 kilos per cubic metre, so an eighth of a cubic metre, what we're looking at, something like in the region 300 plus kilograms per block, And we took them out with a boat, used the bow roller and anchor, windlass and whatever to winch them out, drove them out, dropped them in the sea, and then I scuba dove down there and chained them together with shackles and whatever. But down below in the water, and it wasn't very deep, 5 metres deep or so, down below, I could easily walk those concrete blocks, 300 plus kilograms of concrete block, easily walk them around. And that's what you've got to think, that the displacement of the water has that opposite action, doesn't it? So things appear, be too scientific here, but they appear to be a lot less heavy underwater. So some of it lead, because it's so dense, it doesn't shift that quantity of water. It's much more effective than a concrete keel of the same weight, because the concrete keel will be at least 4 times as big. Clearly you can mix things into the concrete to make it heavier, but you still won't get to the density of lead. 70 there. With that on there, I'm going to 56 back that way. Should come to precisely there. Square will be there. 39 is to there. There to there. That should be our line. That angle like that. Like that. Cut through there like that. Impressed with my sewing?
Yeah, mastered that.
I'm quite good that far, fella. If you've been here listening to the cock-ups that occurred sewing that together, you wouldn't have said that. I said it.
Alright.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Well, we've got the Quarterberth cushions sewn now. I'll spin the camera around and show you those. Karen's in the process of hand sewing the ends. So you'll see the very aft one, actually the middle one is not quite finished and the aft one is not even started, the end, but the rest of the cushion cover's done. But that looks really good, I think, and it's a lovely berth to lie in. Really secure sea berth, and I'm sure that'll get some use. There we are, that's it for this week. Sat in the Quarterberth. It's a nice little sitting spot. I can imagine perching in the corner here and reading. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next time, trying to push on, and yeah, your comments as ever, highly appreciated. Give us a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye. Thank you.